Radio check.
I hear ya.
All right, so I got that's on, and I'm missing, oh, right here, right? There we go.
Yep.
Play, and then get up just a bit. Power back a bit. So engine oil is pressure.
It's cold, yeah.
Cold.
Temperature will come up.
Fuel pump is off. Verify pressure is on. Okay, fuel pressure is still good. Here, lean for taxi. Radios and avionics are on. Transponder squawking 1200. Okay, let's review the weather.
Yep.
20 Celsius, dew point 16.
Yo, just turn it up.
3004. Williamson Sodus Airport, Sodus, New York. Automated weather observation 2216 Zulu, weather, wind 070 at 3, visibility 10, clear below 12,000, temperature 20 Celsius, dew point 16, altimeter 3004.
Okay, let me make sure I don't screw this one up. 3004.
Yep.
Williamson Sodus Airport, Sodus, New York. Automated weather observation 2217 Zulu, weather, wind 060 at 4, visibility 10, clear below 12,000,
All right.
temperature
400.
20 Celsius, dew point 16, altimeter 3004.
Right. Got that set. So, are we using 28 for takeoff, I guess?
Well, 070, I would go, that would favor more wet runway. Coming out of 070.
So it's out of the, pretty
Coming
much
out of the east.
southeast. So we can...
Northeast, a little bit, east. Northeast, it's east-northeast. Almost, just north of 090 is east, so it's kind of coming from, well, look at the sock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, so 10.
Yeah, 10.
10.
And this time of the day, if there was no wind, that would be the favored runway anyway, just so you don't have that sun in your face.
Okay. All right, where is the checklist? So... flight instruments, set and monitor, so compass. West 30. 1 knot. West, okay. Brakes and steering test, okay. So. Brakes. Okay, brakes work, and then steering.
For traffic, one jumper away from 4,500.
It works.
Yep. You can get her just enough throttle to get her rolling and then just do a left, right, and then a stop.
Okay.
Then you're not fighting the brakes and the power and everything.
All right, so then we're going to the ground run-up.
Yep.
I can announce that, right?
Yep.
Williamson Soda traffic, Piper 9855 Whiskey, taxiing to runway 10 run-up area. Williamson Soda traffic.
Good.
Canandaigua, Columbia,
Okay,
2528,
clear left.
turning base, 13.
And
Looks
clear
good.
right.
Yep. Whew. That sun is brutal.
Yep.
And click your nav lights on, at least on low in here, then we'll have the wingtip lights on there. The center switch, yeah. Might as well
Down.
flip it up.
Oh, okay.
And then at least, they're poorly lit anyway, at least that's the
Yeah.
max. Then we don't have to worry about not being in compliance.
Turning left crosswind 13, stop Canandaigua.
Actually, you know what? We were going to Canandaigua. This lesson goes to Canandaigua.
Canandaigua?
Uh-huh. We went there once, so we'll go there again. So it's not going to be a 157 heading.
Okay.
It's going to be close to, all I can tell you. I just remembered, I was just thinking of the lesson. I'm like, wait a minute, we're going to Canandaigua. Sorry about that.
No,
I misled you.
Left down 13, stop Canandaigua.
Okay.
All right, back to where we were.
Yep. For sure.
22.
Flight instruments. That's
The heading matches your
Heading
magnetic compass.
21 and
Looks like it might be walked a little bit on you. Okay.
it's between. Actually, it needs to be this way.
Yep, between south and 21.
21. Yep.
Woodford traffic jumpers away, 2 Canada,
Okay.
5 minutes, Woodford.
Radios and avionics are set and working.
Okay.
Fuel selector, fullest tank, which is left. Should we do the right one for the run-up?
Yes, I would switch. And on the radios, let's put in their weather, 118.675 on standby. Then yeah, that's one less thing you got to do.
What is it?
118.67. That's 67.
118.67. I'm going.
Yeah,
the way.
go to. Well, that's the little. So little knob does the little numbers. The big knob does the big ones.
Okay. And what is it? 167.
118.67. Yep. 118.675 is what it is. Keep going. Keep turning. 0.6. 0.675.
Oh, 67. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
All right. Here we go.
Okay. Now that's on standby.
Okay. So fuel selector mixture is rich. Throttle 2000 RPM.
Oh, brakes. Pull one more click on that. There you go.
Okay. 2000. Magneto check. Gonna go 2 clicks left. 1, 2. RPM drop going back to the right. 1, 2. RPM coming up. Back to the left. 1. Yep, now drop. Back to both.
Okay.
Okay. Carb heat test. RPM drop. Turn. Back off. Engine instrument check. Oil, all is good. Suction is 5.
Yep.
Alternator.
Looks it's working.
Working. Throttle, low idle check. Okay, that's good. And with carb heat.
There you go.
Okay, good. Working. And
Now we can go to
back
before takeoff.
800. Or 800. Okay, so passenger brief we already did.
Yep. We did the takeoff emergency brief.
Controls. Yep.
Controls free and correct.
Checks. Set, trim, set.
So edit this part out of the video.
Yes, for sure. Good to go?
Trim tab set, mixture rich, carb heat off, window vent closed, door closed, fuel pump on, landing light on.
Fuel pump is on, landing light
Okay,
is
good.
on.
Transfer time off. Okay,
Actually,
good.
all the lights
Sounds
are
good.
on.
Alrighty.
Alright. Final looks clear to the right.
Yep, nobody coming that way.
Clear to the left. Alright, so for departure, we're going to do east departure on the 45 again?
Yep, and then once you get 700 feet or 300 feet below pattern, we're going to 45, start heading north so we can loop around. Once we're 300 feet above the pattern, we're going to continue and then fly over the field and then head our heading to 220 or so.
Okay, so I would call Williamson Soda traffic, whatever, taking off.
Yep, Cherokee 55 Whiskey, departing 10, eastbound departure, eventually going south.
Williamson Soda traffic, Piper 9855 Whiskey is departing runway 10 on the easterly departure, overfly the field to the south. Williamson Soda traffic.
Hopefully that doesn't sound confusing. Maybe I should just say we're departing. And if there was traffic coming, I guess later I would tell them, hey, I'm going to turn to the north and overfly or whatever.
Okay.
All right, we're still clear. I don't see anything coming. Definitely don't want to take off into that.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Alright, and roll it.
Okay. Ailerons into the wind a little bit there, since it is not strong, but it is a little to the left.
Instruments are in the green, 60s rotating.
Yep. There you go, nice and easy, and you're going to accelerate to 85. Is that enough trim, or do you have to push on it a little?
No, it's
not too bad?
Just a little bit.
It's very hazy down that way.
Okay, so 700, that would be 1100 indicated, right?
Yep, 1100, you'll kind of forward, or 45 off. You're not going to turn crosswind, but you're going to kind of at an angle.
Okay. And up on 1100, so turning right, left. And this is where we do our after takeoff?
Once you get to 1,000 feet, yeah, ATL,
Okay,
so 1400.
Okay, so 1400. After takeoff. Alright, so we cruise climb at 100.
Yep.
Fuel pump off, flaps up.
Traffic light 4141 Hotel Bravo, supporting runway.
Yep, that's your light, there's your fuel pump.
Fuel pump off, pressure is still good. Trim it a little bit. Mixture is lean as required. After takeoff, checklist complete.
So, yeah, 100's important because if you don't, keep it, you want to pitch up. It starts to get up in the red line range there.
Oh, okay.
There, now it'll come up, down it's just under, so.
Okay.
Alright, so now you can go ahead and resume on navigation, and providing it's clear, there's nobody out here, I don't believe.
Nope. Set. Smoke or fog or clouds? I
think it's a little of everything. There's some smoke.
Okay, so then we overflied the field at 300 above pattern?
500 minimum, but we'll be way above that. We're already at 2,000, so you're just going to continue to climb till 3,000 feet.
And I can turn on heading?
Yeah, well, you can, fly over the airport. As long as we're going over the airport, that'll give you your line of sight better. So go over the airport first. Airport's over here a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell you what, there's some haze coming in. Let's keep an eye on that. Another 500 feet.
Yeah, that is pretty hazy.
As long as it doesn't build, it's 20 degrees and 16. It is going to cool off, so if at some point it looks like it's going to keep building on us, we'll turn around and come back, because I don't want to get stuck not being able to come back to Williamson.
Yeah.
Otherwise we'll have to go to Rochester or stay in Canandaigua and have somebody pick us up. I don't want to do that. Alright, so airport is got to be close to under us.
I can't see it.
220 might be a little aggressive. Let's go more 210. I can see Canandaigua Lake down there.
So 210?
Yeah, let's try that.
Alright, we're
right about there. Let's do that. No, 210.
Oh, sorry.
There's your 3,000. Push the nose. We're going to wait for 115, then we're pulling power to about 25, 50. Now I see what that guy was talking about. He didn't know if he was going to get up here.
Yeah. Alright, 3,000 and we are good. You see the airport from here?
No. I see the lake, Canandaigua Lake, so we're heading about the right spot.
That's that right there. It's about
right.
11:30.
That's Seneca Lake. Hugo Lake's way over there. You can just barely make it out, and then that's Canandaigua in front of us. So first checkpoint, you're going to fly right over Palmyra, so that would be the city you're looking for, or the town. Marion's off to our right, or will be. I was going to have you do a short field or a soft field takeoff. Darn it. I shouldn't have been rushing.
Yeah, it's kind of... Day's getting short for sure.
Yeah,
it's hard to get everything.
It's a bummer. I like fall and everything. It's a pretty time of the year, but the days are also very short. Pretty soon it'll be dark when I go to work and dark when I come home.
Yep.
Hi, follow traffic. Flight Pacer 320, left on 133, Marcellus.
A little bumpy. Oh, should we lean the engine?
Yes. Yep. There it goes.
Right about there?
Yeah. Give her a little bit, like a quarter of an inch, and then just bump the throttle up just a hair or two. Get us an extra 5 miles an hour there. All right. Now let's start listening for weather, so we can get that out of the way.
Canandaigua Airport. Automated weather observation 2244 Zulu. Weather, wind, calm, visibility 10, clear, below 12,000, temperature 18 Celsius, dew point 16, altimeter 3004.
Okay, same altimeter setting. The only thing that makes me nervous is the temperature and dew point are getting closer together.
Canandaigua Airport.
Yep.
Automated weather observation 2244 Zulu. Weather, wind, calm, visibility 10.
And no wind.
Below 12,000, temperature.
Or if it even prompts you.
Dew point 16, altimeter.
Oh, tune in the weather.
4.
All right. Yeah, so we weren't going to spend a whole lot of time. I was going to do a few rounds around the pattern there. I don't think we're going to do that. I'll show you a short field landing.
Okay. Calm, visibility 10, clear.
And then we're going to get the heck out of there and get back. Because I'm just afraid. Between temperature coming closer to dew point, that's fog, man. So,
004.
and there's no wind. This, when it starts getting dark, is going to be like close to, IFR.
Canandaigua Airport. Automated
we got,
observation.
we still got probably 20 or 30 miles visibility,
weather,
but.
Wind, calm, visibility 10.
All right, so here's Palmyra.
12,000, temperature 18 Celsius. Dew point,
Palmyra just a little more. Our airport's maybe,
004.
I would say 3-4 inches to the right from the lake.
Okay.
From, if I held a ruler up right there you go. That's heading about right to it right there.
2245 Zulu. Weather, wind, calm.
All right, so wind's calm.
0.
Oh, sorry.
And we're going to use 13 because I don't want to face the sun landing here either. So 13 goes to the south. So 13's going that way.
Yep.
So we'll come in just like we did last time. I believe we landed on 13 also, the first time we came here.
I didn't go to Canandaigua.
I didn't take you there?
No, I think it was...
Oh, that's everybody's first flight, yeah. Okay, so this is your first flight. Except you're gonna... Well, I don't know. I might show you the short field though. I'm gonna show you a short field landing. I gotta demonstrate it.
Downwind. Paint a post.
Looks like there's nobody down there, so... Alright, so we're 10 miles at 3,000 feet, inbound landing. To the northeast.
Canandaigua traffic, Piper 90855 Whiskey is 10 miles to the northeast of Canandaigua, inbound for landing at 3,000 feet. Canandaigua traffic.
Yep, good. That way, if there happened to be another, and it's happened to me many times, someone's called in and kind of bid the same position I'm at.
Yep.
But I'm like, where do I look for you? Are you higher than me, lower than me?
Right.
Alright, so we are 10 miles out, which means we're about 5 minutes away. We got to lose, pattern altitude here is 1,800 feet.
Okay.
So we got to lose 1,200 feet. That's only going to take a little over 2 minutes. So 2 minutes is 4 miles out, right?
Right.
2 miles a minute. So I would say once we're 6 miles away or so, another couple minutes, I would start, I would just pull some power out and get a 500 foot per minute descent going. And then we'll do our pre-landing now. We could do that now too, we might as well.
Okay. So before landing,
Traffic, Skyhawk, 29er Echo.
Seatbelts.
seatbelts locked and fastened, fuel pump on.
Left downwind,
Yep.
runway 10.
Landing light on is
That's
already
on.
on.
Yep.
Mixture full rich.
Yep.
Fuel tank select fullest.
Yep. Might as well flip it. Where are we on the left or right? We were on the
We
right.
were on the right,
Yep.
so just
Okay.
went left.
Left is a little fuller, so
Okay.
it should be anyway.
Okay, and
Checklist complete.
checklist complete. Landing checklist complete.
Alright, go ahead and let's just do a power reduction down, like 21, 2200, somewhere around there. Let the nose come down. And as we get closer to the altitude we want, we'll just trim, we'll pitch up for 100. That'll stop the descent. And actually 22 works good because that's about our power setting for in the pattern anyway. So once you're at the altitude or getting close to where we want to be, so we got another 1,000 to lose, you just kind of trim it up to 100 and it should drop down to 100 and stay right there.
Okay.
You'll have to bump it up a little because the engine will start working. We're not loading it right now. That's a nice descent. Look at that, 500 feet per minute. That's what everybody wants to see. And when you're under the hood and we're doing these maneuvers, everything's 500 feet. It's a nice standard, steady climb or descent. You're not blowing through like a rocket trying to keep up with it. And
Alright, so I see the airport at our 12 looks like. A little bit like 12:30.
yep, about 1 o'clock-ish.
Yep.
Yep. So stay over, aim for that factory, then we'll get on like a 45-degree entry for the downwind.
Okay. So what was the pattern altitude there?
1800.
18. Okay.
Drop off these dogs and that skinny little owner of them.
Uh-huh. Right.
Yep, so we're 3.5 miles. So we could do another call just in case, it'd be good practice anyway. So we're about 3.5 to the northeast.
Canandaigua traffic, Piper 9er 855 Whiskey is 3 miles to the northeast of the airport, inbound for landing. Canandaigua traffic.
Yeah.
Got this.
You can throw the altitude in there, yeah.
71 experimental, November 57 X Whiskey is 3 miles to the north, inbound left downwind, runway 10.
Sounds like Trump. That guy sounded like Trump for sure.
Yeah. He did kind of, didn't he?
He definitely did.
All right, so there's 19.
Yep.
All right, in a minute we'll kind of head toward it. I don't want to turn in yet, but kind of get it sort of, it'll be a quick 45, but.
Yep.
All right, there's it. Now we're going to trim, just let the nose come up. We'll trim her out for 100. We'll stay at 1800. We don't want to drop. All right, so now give me a 45 in. And our 45 is probably going to turn right into a downwind.
Canandaigua traffic, Piper 9er 855 Whiskey is in a 45 for a right downwind runway
13.
13 Canandaigua traffic.
And now we're in the downwind. We don't get too close. Give us some room.
Leroy traffic, 71
Actually, wow. I was going to do a forward slip. Want me to do a forward slip or a short field landing? Let's do a short field landing.
Yep, way below the pattern traffic.
Traffic, Cirrus, Charlie Golf, Papa Kilo Sierra, 35 miles to the west inbound. We'll be doing the RNAV 10 via Zvad. Zvad is about 15 miles to the southwest of Carp Airport, Papa Kilo Sierra. Estimating Zvad.
Okay, so power back to 1718.
Hey, buddy.
Alright, I'll take the controls
Okay.
now.
You have controls?
I have the controls. Alright. I'm gonna try to not mess this up.
Oh, no kidding. We're coming back from
2 notches of flaps. I'm gonna slow it down.
Incremental turning left base.
To 85, actually probably about 80. I'm gonna turn left base.
Canandaigua traffic, Cherokee 55 Whiskey, left base for 13, Canandaigua.
Alright, so we're heading 80, 85. We're on our base. I'm looking for about 1,000. We're a tad high. No, we're not. We're not. Our numbers we wrote down were for another airport. So that's about 500 feet. We were right on there.
Okay.
Okay, we're turning on. No, I didn't really overshoot. But I messed up. Alright, so now I'm going to put that last notch of flaps in. Now I'm good between 76 and 80. My aim point now is the numbers. So instead of up at the 1,000 footers, which just gets freaky at our airport because there's trees all around.
Yep.
Everything's pretty stable here. I'm going to bump the power up just a hair.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm coming in too low.
Yep.
But this is a good angle. This just makes you pucker a little.
Yep.
We want to touch down on the numbers. So right here is where I'm going to pull the power. We're going to round out. Just going to touch down nice. Stop the flaps. Hit the brakes.
Okay.
Full back. Nuts. I wanted to stop before the pappies. Getting rusty. So that's a short field landing. So that's about 800 there. If you do it really, really good, you can do it about 700 feet.
Okay.
I was a little sloppy there. It wasn't bad. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still good, but we almost could have done a takeoff for here without Tapcam back, to be honest with you. We should have.
Yeah.
That would have saved us some time. Actually, that was fun. I don't get to do that a lot. Most of the time I'm just sitting here talking, telling everybody what to do, but
Yeah, right.
every now and then I gotta prove to myself, okay, I can still fly, I guess.
Yep.
Canandaigua traffic, Cherokee November 9127 Juliet, departing 13, Canandaigua. Canandaigua traffic, 55 Whiskey's clear the runway. Canandaigua.
Okay, after landing checklist. Then you have the controls back.
I have the controls. After landing checklist, flaps are up. Mixture
Rich, or lean for taxi. Okay.
Yep. Fuel pump is off.
Yep, we can leave the landing light on. Alright.
And landing light is off. But
Alright, so we'll taxi down here. Let's do a
Traffic, Cherokee 02 Tango, 10 miles to the northwest of the airfield, inbound, landing, runway 13, Canandaigua.
Okay, so he's the northwest, right? So he's over that way. See if we can, he was 10 miles, so let's see if we can get out of here before he gets here. Again, don't rush, but let's rush.
Yep.
See if I can get eyes on him on the ADSB here. Where he is. Yeah, it might be too far back because we were a little slower and I had full flaps.
Canandaigua traffic, 27 Juliet, departing west, Canandaigua.
Oh, I see him. He's he's outside of 10 miles. He's still 12 out. So we're good. We'll have plenty of time. So I will do a... Well, I could talk you through a short field takeoff.
Okay, and we have to stop here before
Yep,
the runway?
we'll do our accelerated takeoff checklist here. Yeah, turn. Yep, so you can see both ends of the runway. There you go. Man, he took a right, and he's flying super low. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
all right, controls free. Just do that one. I see the stabilizer. Right aileron is down. It was up. Now it's up again. Okay. Fuel on proper tank. We're on the fullest tank. Electric fuel pump on. Carburetor heat is off.
Off, yep.
Mixture rich.
Rich.
Flap set. 2 notches.
2 notches?
Yep, 1, 2. Gauge is checked one more time. We're green. And tab is set and doors latch. I never unlatched it. Okay, go ahead.
Canandaigua traffic, Cherokee 02 Tango, 6 miles to the northwest of the airfield, inbound on a practice RNAV approach, runway 13, Canandaigua.
Yeah, he's still 10 out. Okay.
So,
Canandaigua traffic, Cherokee 55 Whiskey. We're going to depart runway 13 with a northbound departure. Canandaigua traffic.
Okay, go ahead. Let's taxi. So what we'll do is we're going to taxi to the edge of this runway, turn it, and then stop. We're going to lock the brakes. He's still 10 out. This guy is, I don't know what he's doing. Is he coming around again?
yeah, it looks like it.
That's all right. We got he's still out. He's flying very low. It's not who's been talking either. Stay right here, so we're going to do this. Right on center line, and then apply the brake. I missed center line a little bit. Put the brake on. Okay, full throttle.
Do you lock them or no?
Yep.
Okay.
Full throttle. We're going to check the gauges. They're green.
Yep.
Release the brake. Right rudder as needed. Neutral stabilator because we don't want to create any extra drag.
Okay.
And once we get to rotation, you're going to rotate and then accelerate to 74. And we're going to climb out at 74 until we're above our obstacle.
Okay.
Which is
there's 60.
There
Rotate.
you go. Lifting off. Accelerate to 74. There you go. Climbing out at 74. So we're climbing at a steeper angle.
Yep.
To get over that big tall tree at the end of our short runway. Okay, we are now clear of our obstacle. Now you can accelerate to 85, so lower the nose. As the airspeed starts coming up, you just slowly and smoothly raise the flaps. But your passengers shouldn't even feel it.
Okay, I can lower it now.
Yep,
85.
go ahead and raise the flaps, yep. There you go. We never lost our rate of climb, now it's going to start accelerating for us on the rate of climb.
Okay.
Good. Easy peasy, right?
Yes,
Short
sir.
field takeoffs aren't, to me, are the easier of the high performance stuff we got to do.
Okay.
Alright, so once we hit 700 below, so at 1500 we can turn left and that'll pretty much put us on course. Man, I'd like to do one more, but he's going to be coming in here. Let's get back. If we have enough daylight, we'll do a forward slip in.
Okay.
Into the airport.
Yep, 1500 coming.
There you go.
Canandaigua traffic, Cherokee 55 Whiskey is departing the pattern to the northeast. Canandaigua traffic.
There. So we weren't even a factor for him. Yeah, he's like 6 or 7 out now. That's good. That's a good heading there. Now we're at 1,000 feet, so now we can do our after landing or after takeoff checklist. I have trouble getting the right words to come out of my mouth.
Okay. After takeoff checklist, cruise climb at 100.
There you go.
Canandaigua traffic, Cherokee
Flaps are up.
Tango,
Fuel pump is off.
13, Canandaigua.
Engine instrument check green. And make sure lean.
Yeah, once we once we level off at 3,000, we'll lean the fuel. Good. It's sunset right now.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yep, it is right on the.
Man, I gotta take a picture of this.
Hold on to it for you for a second.
Yep. Got controls?
Yeah, I have the controls.
One of these. All right.
All right, you have the controls.
I have the controls.
So, once you get her leveled off and all that good stuff, we'll get our weather back in and
Yep.
do all that. I don't imagine things have changed, but we'll check. Yep, he's just, he's about 3-4 out from the airport now. On his final approach.
Okay.
Hey, I'm not as nervous as I was when we left. When we left, it just seemed like a lot of low-level fog rolling in.
It might have just been from the sun angle, like
The way it was hitting it.
Yeah.
Because I was fearing we wouldn't be able to see the ground when we get back. That would be a little scary.
Yeah. All right, 3,000, leveling off. Going to accelerate.
Okay. So I see wide waters. I'll let you finish your stuff before I get all distracted, or get you all distracted.
All right, and I'm going to lean it.
Yep, give her just a little more power. There you go, now you can lean her.
Canada, the traffic, Cherokee 02 Tango, short final, 1.
Right about there?
Yep. Alright, so looking outside and comparing things to what your sectional says.
Yep.
That's wide waters, that's between Newark and Palmyra. So we may be a little bit east of course. Yeah. So Palmyra is over here.
Yep.
And we want to kind of hug it. Those two bright lights up there, I want to say, are just to the east of our airport, but I could be mistaken. Sodas Bay's over there. That's about right. You were a little bit opposite 210. I think we're close. 030 might be probably a little closer.
Canada, Tango traffic, Cherokee 02 Tango, cleared runway 13.
Oh, you want to do the weather for the...
Yep. You want to do the weather.
I want to do the weather, yeah.
So 124.2 is our...
124.2, all right.
Yep.
Let's see if I can...
If you didn't know that, you just look on the sky, you're on your sectional, it'll show it.
124.20?
Yep.
Williamson Sodus Airport, Sodus, New York. Automated weather observation 2304 Zulu weather wind calm visibility 10 clear below 12,000 temperature 18 Celsius dew point 16 altimeter 3004.
Alright, still 3004.
Williamson Sodus Airport.
No wind.
Ram traffic, last call.
Temperature dropped 2 degrees though.
What's that?
Temperature dropped a couple degrees.
Yep.
It's amazing how fast it gets dark after that sun goes down too.
Oh,
it'll be near dark by the time we get there.
So this is Palmyra right now that we're passing?
Yep. There's Newark over there. Wherever you see the fat part of the canal, that's wide waters between the two villages. All right, 10 miles. So we just crossed the canal. That's our 10-mile mark.
Okay.
So that'll be our first radio call, and then 5 out, about half of that distance, will be our next radio call.
We'll be landing on 10.
Yeah, we can overfly the airport, and we'll come around, land 10. Okay. It actually doesn't matter. The sun's not going to be in our eyes. We could do 28. Let's do 28. It'll be quicker.
All right. Williamson Soda traffic, Piper 9855 Whiskey is 10 miles to the southwest at 3000, inbound for landing, runway 28. Williamson Soda traffic.
Excellent. All right, so once we got a good idea, we think we know where it is. Those lights, I think those, except I think the field I see on top of the hill is right in front of us. I wanted to say those two lights were on the hill.
28 Uniform Papa, 11 miles to the southwest of the airfield at 5,600, flying the RNAV 04, lane traffic.
Olean. Oh wow, that's a long ways away from here. Oh. Alright, so let's start. The way you're going to find the airport now is the beacon. So change your course a little bit. So just to the left, about 11:30 or so, you're going to see the beacon. You're going to see
Yeah, I see it.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll kind of shift ourselves over so we can kind of come in. So I guess now we got to lose how many feet? 3,000 down to 1,400, so roughly 1,500 feet for easy math. So that's 3 minutes of descent, 6 miles away. So I would start the descent. Oh, do your pre-landing check.
Okay, before landing, seatbelts are locked, fuel pump is on.
Okay.
Landing light is on, all the lights are on, fuel tank will go fullest. So you want to go back to the right?
No, let's stay on the left. I think
left, okay.
They're about even. All right, let's pull that power out and let's start getting the descent going so we're not rushing.
Before landing checklist complete.
All right, good.
Mixture
rich.
And
There
power
you go.
coming back.
There we go.
Are those the hangars, the white?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We're actually close enough to see them now. Like if you're by yourself trying to find the airport, don't really start descending until you see it.
Yeah.
As soon as if you got down to pattern altitude way out here, and you don't know where it is,
not gonna see it. Yep.
You're right.
Lane traffic, King Air 828.
If you have to, you just overfly it and then descend someplace where you can see it outside the traffic pattern and then come into the pattern.
Right.
That's the way I would do it. It's a tricky airport to find. As many times, and it always changes in difficulty during the different seasons.
Right.
So we got another 1,000 feet to lose. Okay, that's a good pace. Now, if you feel like you're getting too close to too quick, just slow it down. So pull just a little more power out and just slow down to 100 miles an hour instead. Then we're not eating up so much real estate.
Right. Okay, but still keep the 500.
500 foot is what we kind of shoot for.
Okay.
And we want to be down to 100 anyway by the time we enter the pattern, so.
Right.
But I've seen people, they'll just nose down, and then we're doing, 120.
Yeah.
And now you're playing catch up, trying to slow the airplane down, and.
So we're just going to go straight into the 45,
Yep,
right?
so we're going to 45. We're kind of almost to the position where we'd be doing a 45.
So should we turn in, or?
Yeah, you can go 45 now, and then just announce.
Williamson Soda traffic, Piper 9855 Whiskey is on a 45 for right downwind runway 28 at 2,000.
Left downwind.
Oh, correction, left downwind for runway 28, Williamson, Soda traffic. A right turn.
And this will work out. I mean, we probably could have descended a little sooner, but this will work out. We're going to be down to pattern just about the right time.
Yep.
If you weren't, and you're on the check ride or whatever, you go out and you do a 360 out there, down to the altitude you need to be. Never enter the pattern, not at pattern altitude. There you go. Now we can put our 22 back in.
Turn into the downwind right about now?
Yep. So I usually split this swamp here and that pond. I'll fly right up the like the north side of that pond.
Williamson traffic, Piper 90855 Whiskey turning left downwind for runway 28, Williamson.
Alright, so let's not use the flaps, and I will show you a forward slip. We'll come in a little high and we'll have to put it down doing a slip. We got enough light.
Alright.
Alright, we're beam the numbers. You can do all the other stuff, like slow it down to 85.
Okay.
You're gonna find that your power settings are gonna be a little different, but no flaps.
Oh, no flaps. Nope.
I know. You wanted to.
I did. Alright, here's 85.
Alright. Alright, I'll take the controls here if you want.
Controls? Do you have controls?
I'm going to do a kind of a high approach.
Williams South traffic, Cherokee 55 Whiskey, turn to left base for 28, Williams South.
So we're obviously a little higher than we'd want to be, right?
Right.
I agree. But it's pretty out. Nobody coming on final, nobody on the other end, boy. Alright, so we are definitely high. I'll turn final here in a second.
Williams South traffic, Cherokee 9855 Whiskey, left base to final for 28, full stop, Williamson.
So I'm like, oh man, I really messed this approach up. So I'm going to go full right rudder. We're going to keep that airspeed right around 80, 85. And you can feel it coming down.
Yeah.
Pretty much like a helicopter right now.
Yeah.
Turn some lights on.
Alright.
All warning. I mean, you could do it the other direction too. So I got full rudder, so I'm adjusting where I am with the ailerons to keep me on center line. I've never changed the... Oh, so let's banker in a little more. And then once I know I've got the field made, you gotta make sure you get the nose down. You don't want to lose all that airspeed.
Right.
And then you just touch down. And try to keep it on center line. Pull back, keep as much weight on the wheels as you can. So that's a forward slip.
Alright.
And you saw the stall light was tickling there.
Yep.
We weren't buffeting. Probably if I even would have went left rudder, that would have led with that wing. Let's see here. Left rudder would have swung it this way.
A deer over there.
Yeah, look at them all.
Yeah, left rudder, you would have went the other.
Yeah, I would have gone the other. It might have given me... Actually, no, we had that wing was the front wing, so... You don't want to go too much slower than your approach speeds. 85 is full, no flaps is the airspeed you want. I was probably running the ragged edge there. I was running between 80 and 85.
Yep.
But that's a forward slip. We lost a lot of altitude quickly there with no flaps. Now that's how, like, I don't know if you know, Lee Shippers, you'll run into him eventually. He's got a Colt. They don't even have flaps.
Oh,
So if he's a little high, that's what he does normally. He just, and you've seen it if you've watched Flying Cowboys. There's another one. Can't think of them now. You see Cubs do that a lot because they don't have flaps.
Yep.
You'll see them kind of come down with that wing in front and then last second kick it over and touchdown.
All right, after landing checklist, flaps are up. Mixture is lean for
taxi.
Fuel pump off. Landing light off, but we'll keep it on, or?
Yeah, it's
keep
fine.
it on for taxi. Okay.
By the time we get to the pumps, it may be dark.
Yeah.
Actually, we made good time. We just didn't get as much time. I would have liked to have gotten one more, like a soft field demonstration. I think you've got, well, you did it with no flaps. It's not much different, just the 2 flaps lets you come off the ground a little quicker, that's all.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't use flaps.
Yeah.
I thought Cessna guys like to use like 10 degrees all the time.
No, we
You didn't use them at all, huh?
not at all. Not for takeoff, no.
Huh.
Williamson Soda traffic, Piper 90855 Whiskey, taxiing to the fuel pumps. Williamson Soda, and clear of the runway.
Yeah. So the whole point is to get out of the grass, because the grass creates more drag than the pavement does.
Right.
So I would think you would want to use a couple, takeoff flaps at least, to get that thing airborne quicker so there's less resistance on the ground.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's the way we're going to do it. We use 2 notches. That gives you maximum lift.
Right.
With the it increases that angle of attack because we're changing the camber of the wing because of the chord line's changing, I should say, which is your angle of attack. Yep. That's why the flaps allow us to take off with a less aggressive nose-up attitude.
I should have came down the other.
That's all right. We can push it back in. Actually, that'll work out fine.
Yeah, actually.
All right, good. I'm glad we got that done because our next lesson we're going to do emergencies. And after we get those mastered, you're going to probably be taking pre-solo written pretty quickly here.
Okay. So, after lane shutdown, transponder squawk VFR, avionics electrical equipment off, so this will be